What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So you guys probably went ahead and clicked on this video because just like my E46, the door does not open from the outside. It does open from the inside, as you guys could see, but from the outside, the door handle just feels loose and it literally just does nothing. Nothing happens when you pull it. So I know this issue is actually extremely common on the E46 chassis, and 95% of the time, this issue is caused from a damaged carrier that sits right behind the door handle. So as these cars are starting to get a bit old, the plastic carrier that sits behind the door, after it goes through a lot of uses, it just tends to get worn out and eventually just ends up snapping or cracking, which deems your door handle useless. So this is the new door carrier I picked up, but it sits like this behind the door handle. And basically the most common failure point is right here, this cable. After a lot of uses, it just tends to get brittle and it ends up snapping. The only issue is when you want to go pick up a new cable, for whatever reason, BMW doesn't actually sell just the cable. You're forced to go pick up the whole carrier, which is this whole unit itself. I have seen a couple of people try to just replace the cable itself. And as I'm already going to be opening up the door, I also went ahead and picked up a door actuator, because since I've picked up the car, I have been having some intermittent issues where if I were to go open the door, the car actually doesn't recognize that the door is open. Notice how none of the lights come on, and even on the dash, the door open light does not come on. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to swap out your E46's door carrier and fix your broken door handle. And I'll also go ahead and leave the part number for you guys if you guys are interested and you want to pick up one of the door carriers for yourself. And this is for a coupe. So I know the door carriers are slightly different depending on which model you have, but this tutorial is going to show you on how to do it on a coupe. But if you're watching this and you own a sedan, the whole process regarding the door carrier is almost exactly the same, so this video should still really help you guys out. But other than that, let's just go ahead and fix our door handle. So first things first, you want to head to your trunk and disconnect your battery. So I'm just gonna move my sub out the way real quick and lift this metal portion up. So you guys should have two push-in tabs here, but I don't. So I'm just gonna pull this out real quick. And then after you pull this out, you just wanna grab a 10mm bolt and disconnect your negative terminal, and then just move the cable out the way so it doesn't touch the battery. So now I have the cable disconnected. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this cover on it so it doesn't just weasel its way into the battery. So now what you wanna start doing is to take off the door cart. So first what you wanna do, you wanna grab a really small flathead. You wanna take off this, and you want to open up that little cap right there. So you just grab your flathead, stick it behind it, and just pull on it a little bit. Try your best not to damage the leather, but this should just pull out. And then the same thing for this little cap over here. So most flatheads won't even fit in there, so you could try using like an X-Acto knife or something, but the same thing, this should just pop out. So now you want to grab a Torx 20 screwdriver, undo that one, and then there's three more that sit under this handle, which are right there, and right there. And you do have to hit them at a bit awkward of an angle, but they should come out. So now that all the bolts are out, you should be just able to pull on the door card itself, and then you'll hear the clip starting to pop. It would help if you stick a flathead over here like that. Just try not to scratch your paint, but you should hear the tabs pop open. Just like that. And then most likely, if you do pull on it, you're going to end up breaking some of the tabs because these tabs end up being extra brittle. So it would be useful if you had just extra tabs laying around. So I got this side loose, go from under, pull the tabs, one more right there. And then these were the bolts that I didn't completely take out, so they just fell. But if you just pull on it, see how it's loose now? It's held on by the top by like these kind of guide rail, but they're also clips. So I want to pull it up a little bit and just pull it out. And then just make sure you watch out for the door lock little thing that sticks out. I don't even know what that's called, to be honest. So now that the door card is off, you want to go ahead and disconnect all the cable speakers. You want to disconnect your door handle cable. And on top of that, the cable that goes through there is for your window switch. So what you want to do is stick your finger into that hole, and then you can pop out the window switch just from there. So it was hard to show you guys, but basically if you just stick your finger through the back, your finger just pops out of there, and then you just pop it out. So now that the door card is off, depending if your airbag sits on the inside or the outside of this cover over here, you're gonna have to remove it. So mine sits on the outside, so I'm gonna have to remove this first before I take this cover off. So there's gonna be three 10mm bolts right here, and then there's a connection you have to unplug. So now that the airbag is out, you wanna go ahead and take off this cover, and you should be able to reuse the same glue that's been on it originally, unless it's just completely worn out, but you should be able just to reuse the glue that's already there. So I just took the cover off and I realized my window actually has to be up for us to do this job. So I'm just gonna go ahead quickly, reconnect the battery, and just put the window up real quick. So after you're done that, you wanna start taking apart the exterior door assembly. So if you just take off this cover, there's a hex 4 bolt right there that you wanna take out first. So once you have that bolt out, this lock assembly should just pull out. If you just wiggle it a little bit, it should eventually just give way. You could try using a flathead, but just be careful not to damage the grommet. But if you wiggle it with your hands, it should just eventually slip out. So you guys can see it's just slipping out right now. Just pull it out straight. You can keep wiggling it, but it should just come out. This grommet's like attaching to it for some reason, but yeah, just like that. Okay, so now that we have this lock assembly out, there's another bolt that sits right there. It's a Torx 15, and you can gain access if you just push that bolt in a little bit. It sits right there. The only thing about this bolt is that it's reverse threaded. So basically, you have to turn clockwise to loosen it up and counterclockwise to tighten it up. So now that that bolt's out, you should be able to just pull this door handle off. So if you just pull on it, it should just slip out just like that. And that door handle is now off. And the grommet can come off too, it doesn't really matter. So now, if you just take this cover off, there's a Torx 15 that you want to take out as well. So now after all that is done, you want to go back to your trunk and reconnect your battery, because now we're going to have to slowly start pulling out this window. So now that the battery is connected, you want to bring the window down roughly that much. I'd say about 1.5 inches. But basically you just want to make it low enough so where this bolt lines up with this hole. And then there's another one over here on this side that you're also going to have to disconnect. So after your window's lined up, you want to go ahead and remove this grommet. So you just pull it out on this side and it pops out. And then it's also held in by a tab right here that you just want to pull out as well. And then after that, you want to take this whole rubber piece out. And basically you just have to be super careful, because this, if you put too much pressure on it, it will actually bend and then it won't fit on properly when you want to put it back on. So just give it equal pressure all the way around and just try your best to make sure that you don't alter the shape of it. So basically what I'm doing right now, I grabbed the flathead, and basically what I'm doing, I'm kind of inching along the whole thing and slowly pushing it up. And then it's slowly starting to give way as I'm just trying to make the pressure throughout generally equal. See, like now it's kind of just like popping out. Oh, I just scratched my tent. Anyways, so you just want to do that nice and slow. And then it slowly will just pop out just like that. Just be nice and gentle with it. So after you have it popped out, it's also held in like vertically with a grommet, because this is all one piece. So basically when you're pulling it out, you kind of also want to push it towards the back of the car, and then it should just slip out. Just like that. The whole thing's out. So after that, next what you want to do, you want to grab an external Torx E7. And then basically these bolts are actually reverse threaded as well. So you're going to have to go clockwise to loosen it. So there's one right there, which you have to completely take out. And then there's another one that sits right there that you just have to loosen. Just give it a couple revolutions and you should be fine with that. So now that you have that done, you should be able to pull out the window. So basically, you just want to push the window towards the outside of the car, just like that. And it should fall out of its holder. And it's going to be extremely hard to record this. So basically, you just want to push in and then pull out, and the window should just slip out. After that, what you want to do, these are Torx 30s, and you want to pull out the window motor. So just pull these out. These are regular, just counterclockwise, it'll come out. And then if you twist it to the right, it'll slip out. You might have trouble, so just wiggle it a little bit, but it should come out. So after you have the window motor out, you also want to go ahead and just disconnect the cable that's connected to it. So after that, there's going to be two 10mm bolts, one right here, and then one that sits in that hole right there. And you want to undo those. And then those are basically the bolts for the guide rails for the window. So after you do that, and the bolts are loose, you want to push the guide rail towards the outside of the car, and then you can pull it down, and most likely this clip is going to drop out, as well as this little plastic piece that sits in that little metal holder right there for the window. So after you do that, you should have enough space to access the parts you have to swap out. So now that the guide rail is out the way, you can go ahead, go up to the handle assembly, and if you pull it towards the front of the car, it should just pop out of place. And then once you have it popped out of place, you should be able to just slip it out. Yeah, so just like that, it's out now. And then after you have it out, you're gonna wanna disconnect this cable from the door latch. So this is gonna be an extremely hard camera angle to get, but basically, over there, you wanna push it towards the back of the car. Just like that. And then once you have it loose, you should be able to slip the cable out, and it literally just came out. And now this is out the car. And as you guys can see, this is where the cable snapped for me, right here. And the new one obviously is not snapped. So as I already have the door apart, I'm also gonna go ahead and quickly swap out my actuator, but then I'll show you guys how to put everything back together. All right, so before you go ahead and put back your door handle assembly, we wanna make sure you do. The new one that comes with it already comes with the bolts pre-installed, so you wanna take the bolt out from there, which is the Torx 15. And if you guys remember, there's another bolt that sat right there, which was reverse threaded, so you wanna pull that one out too. So it sits in the car like this, on the inside of the door, and I'd say you're better off connecting the cable to the actuator before you actually go ahead and install this, just so you have more playroom. So I'm just gonna stick it in like that, how it normally sits. And then what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and connect that cable to the actuator. All right, so I'm gonna try to get the best camera angle I can for you guys, so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. But if this is the end, you wanna stick it through the hole, so it pops in like that. And then that'll just hold it in place. And then you wanna literally just grab the grommet, pull it down a little bit, and then you wanna pull it towards the front of the car, and then it should just snap into place. So basically, once that's connected, that's how it should look like. It's in there nice and good. And you hear it snap into place, so it's pretty assuring when you snap it in. Okay, so now that you have that cable connected, you wanna go ahead and put the door handle assembly in position. You basically just wanna put it back in the exact same spot it was. And basically, if you come on the outside, this will probably be the best way to look at it, but basically, you wanna push it into place. You wanna make sure that that white bolt sits on the outside. And then there's another clip on this side, and it'll just literally just sit like that. So see how that sits like that on the outside, and then that's clipped in right there. So that's in position. After that, you wanna grab the Torx 20 bolt that came with the kit and just tighten it up. So now what you guys wanna do, you wanna grab this grommet. You remember the one that sat under the door handle? You wanna grab your door handle, place the grommet, you push it in and you slide it towards the front of the car, and then it should cover up that bolt. Just like that. And then basically you have to grab the front of the handle like this, and then it kind of just hooks into that right there. It is gonna take a little bit of playing around with, but you should get it in. It just takes a bit of time, be patient with it, just like that, so snapped in. So after that, you wanna go ahead and grab the other grommet that sat right here, and then this basically sits like this on the door. So you just wanna slip it under the handle if you can without the door handle slipping out. And then that basically kind of just sits like there like that. It does kind of lock into place, but it still will move around. And basically just wanna push the door handle in. So now, when you slide the door handle on and it slides into there, you're most likely gonna have to grab a flathead. And basically, you're gonna have to make the holes line up. So if you stick the flathead in there and then you push that metal part towards the outside of the car, that'll help you align the holes. And once you have it aligned, you can just screw in the Torx 15, and remember, it's reverse threaded. So once you've done that, you wanna grab your locking mechanism, and then you can literally just slide it straight in, and everything just should line up. Just wanna push it in. You might have to work with it a little bit, but it goes in. Make sure the grommet's nice and aligned up, and then you just wanna screw in this hex bolt right here. So remember the pieces that fell off the window rail earlier in the video? So we're gonna put these back on, and the orientation of this really matters, so pay close attention. So basically, the orientation for these parts, so if you look at it, this side has like little teeth. So you wanna face that towards the ground like that. And then this piece, you wanna have this sitting like that. As it basically just sits in there like that. And then this, you wanna go over top of it, and then this will just sit over that part like that, and then everything lines up. So basically, once you sandwich it together, it should look like this. So then remember the teeth that I was talking about earlier on this side, just like that, those little grooves, they basically go over here on the inside of the rail. So basically you want to put it on like this, right on the back. So basically once you have this like this, it goes onto the back, so on the other side like this, and then basically these two hooks on the top side, you have to go in like this and then place it. See those two holes right there? That's where these two hooks go. So once you have it all on, it should look something like this, and then basically you just push this back up and just put it back into the spot where it originally was. And then after, you want to go ahead, put that 10mm bolt back, and the same one with over there. So now you want to grab your window motor. You want to hook it back up with that cable right there. And then it should go in at a slight angle, and then you just twist it back in so all the holes line up, and then just screw it in. So now that that's bolted in, these 3 bolts over there, you want to go ahead, grab your window, and just slide it in. I'm not going to be able to record this process because I'm going to have to use both my hands. But basically, when you're putting the window in, you basically just want to make sure that it slides past this window sill smoothly, and then it just lines up with that hole right there. So I basically have the window in now, and you just want to make sure that the window, if you guys can see, there's 2 metal clips that holds in the window. You want to make sure that it's sitting in those. All right, so now I have the window in, and basically you just want to make sure, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's 2 clips right there. It's like a U that kind of sits like that. You want to make sure the window just slides into that part right there. And then if you look over here, you'll see the black piece, and you'll also see the thread of the window. And then on this side, it's also hard to show, but the window has a little plastic, there's a black hook, just like the other side that the window's supposed to slip into. And then just make sure it's slipped into that as well. So now that you went ahead and did that, now you want to put the bolts in, line it up, put it in with your hand a little bit first so you feel it, and make sure you don't strip it. And then remember, it's reverse threaded, so you have to go the opposite way to tighten it. So make sure that one's tight, and then just tighten that one up too. And then other than that, we're basically done the job. You just have to put everything back together now. So now I just went ahead and grabbed the top seal. So I'm going to place it on like this. And then you basically just want to make sure that this clears it. And then you kind of just want to stick it down and then push it towards the front of the car. So I basically pushed this part down first. I pushed it in. I made sure everything lined up over here, and then I kind of pushed it in. And then I hooked everything up. And then I slowly started pushing out the rest of it. And then you basically just want to make sure it clears these clips all along the top. So now I'm going to go ahead, put the foam cover back on, and then put the airbag back on. And before you go ahead and put your airbag back on, just make sure that your battery is disconnected. So now I have the airbag in, and I'm just going to quickly swap some of the door clips I had in my door cart because some of them were broken. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that quickly and then put the door cart back on. So now, with everything back together, the door is finally working again. And now my car also senses that the door's open finally. Just like that. Perfect, works mint. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. I hope that helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions or any comments, just leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer. And if you guys haven't already, go follow my new Instagram page as I do find it really cool connecting with you guys. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!
I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes, watching all this time slip